How you doing? This is Lofus, and I'm doing a knife review. And today I'm doing a knife review on the Buck Redpoint. Now, this knife right here, I actually purchased for under $20 at my local sporting goods store, so it's definitely reasonably priced. Now, looking at this knife, the first thing you'll notice is the mechanism on it that opens it. It's not going to be your traditional thumb assist mechanism. If you notice, the knife is actually closed right now, and the only way you can actually open this knife would be if you were to push this trigger down right here. And what you do is, if you notice on the top of the knife right there, it got some gimping on there. So the way it's opened is you push this down, and then you just run your finger back like that, and that'll open the knife. And you run it through the gimping. Now, it's very easily done with one hand, as you can see, and you can close it as well with one hand. And this knife right here is made out of 440 steel. Now, it's not your high carbon 440 steel, but it's very hard to find a knife under $20 that is going to be high carbon 440 steel. Now, on this, if you notice, it's this yellow part right here. What that is they actually put a rubber coating on top of the aluminum for your grip, and that is really thick rubber right there. That's totally non-slip. So this knife isn't going to be any problems at all with cold weather or rainy weather, because when you got a hold of that knife, you can get a good grip on it. Now, the only thing about this knife is it is meant for people with smaller hands. Although they did get a good job, if you notice up right here, they got some gimping. So for somebody with big hands like me, I can still get my thumb on there and not slip. I do kind of wish they would have made that a little bit more jagged, because under wet conditions, you might slip a little bit. But for it being what it is, I mean, it is a utility knife. It's not a survival knife. It's just something that you might want to carry around with you, just in case you ever need a knife. Now, they did serrate this part right here, and just to let you know, those serrations are extremely sharp. When I first pulled that out, I ran my fingers through it, and it did cut myself. So they're definitely extremely sharp. And when I did pull this out of the package, it came out razor sharp as well. So the good thing about this knife is when you do pull it out of the package, you're good to go. You won't need to take it home and sharpen it, or you can work on it straight out of the package. Another thing about this knife that I'd like to show you is this back end right here, which is great. I mean, you can throw a lanyard on there, or you can easily just hang that from a belt clip. Now, the thing about a lanyard on there, since the clip goes this way, it's not really going to assist you in pulling it out of your pocket. But there's no way you could quick open it out of your pocket anyway, because you do have that lock right here. And that as well functions as a bottle opener, if you can look at that right there. So you can actually use that as a bottle opener as well. So that was a little good add-on, a nice little add-on I think they put on there, is a bottle opener. And if you notice back here on the clip, it is a very, very low riding clip, which is good, because once you put that in your pocket, you're not really going to see much of the knife come out. It's just going to sit there. And this is an extremely light knife. I've had it about 2 weeks now, and I've had no problems carrying it. I don't even know what's there. So it's an extremely light knife. They didn't skeletonize the inside of it, but I don't think there'd be a problem, or why they would, because as light as this knife is, there's not an issue. You may be able to shave maybe about an ounce off of it, but I mean, as light as it is, there would be no problem with that at all whatsoever. Another good thing is on the belt clip. If you notice right here in the belt clip, this is a piece of plastic, and I think it's really good that Buck went that extra mile to put that on there, because of the rubberized grip that they have on here, the non-slip grip. That's not going to snag in your pocket. It's going to deploy very, very easily without snagging in your pocket. Now, this right here, what they did is it's another option. So when you open a knife, if you're not going to use a spin top, you can actually use your finger to bring that out, to open your knife. But I don't see why you would use that, because it's much faster deploying it using that method that they have. And it's definitely a great knife, something you can keep in your pocket. You can throw it in there with your keys, and you know you're not going to have any trouble cutting yourself, especially when you stick your hands in there to grab your keys. And it's a great little utility knife, and I definitely recommend that, especially getting something like this for under $20. You know, it's going to be extremely hard to find. And another good thing about this is on the blade. I've had this for 2 weeks, and I really don't find too much play on that blade. You know, back and forth, or I mean up and down or back and forth. So there's not really much play on it. So it's really secure on there. So I do think Buck did a good job with this knife, and I'm definitely giving this knife a thumbs up. I do recommend it for the price point, for a small utility knife to carry on you all the time, anytime you need it. So definitely go check out your local sporting goods store, see if they have it. I believe online I saw there's a couple of websites that have it for $19.99. And just to let you know, this is in yellow. This is the only one they had at the sporting goods store I went to. But I did see online that they do make a red one, a blue one, and a gray one. So you definitely have your choices and colors on that as well. So that's basically my review of the Buck redpoint knife, and it definitely gets a thumbs up from me.